What's good, people? We are back after some time. My apologies, I was very busy with some things in my life, so now I am back with some fire for you guys. For this week, it is now Tuesday, so I am 2 days late with my Sunday favorite pairs of the week. So I'm gonna give you guys some fire, alright? I'm in the third week now of my verification phase of the Ftmo Challenge 10K. So we're gonna be starting with NZD-CAD for a fire market breakdown. So if we go to the weekly time frame, we start at the weekly always just to check the higher time frames. And we see right there we have a support and resistance zone. The beautiful thing about this is that the weekly has already got a rejection candlestick and very strong pin bar, bearish pin bar. So that seems a very good. So now we go to the daily time frame and we see as well a support, and support zone. So it has 3 touches, and that makes it a valid area of interest, and it is the area of interest of the weekly as well. So now, if we're gonna zoom in and see what price does right over here, we see that we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. So we have a shift of structure. So now this price is bearish. So the weekly is bearish and the daily is now shifted bearish. So now we go to the 4-hour time frame. But before we go to the 4-hour time frame, we see as well that price is making a retracement to the area of interest, rejecting the 50 EMA right now. So that gives me a lot of green lights. So if you go to the 4-hour time frame, we zoom in right here. We are definitely in the 50% area of the zone. So if we get the Fibonacci tool and we retrace it right here, so we are over the 50. But if we do it like this to the, let's do it the other way around, like this. All right. So we're now exactly at the 50% of the 50 EMA, and you see a perfect rejection right there. A perfect evening star formation lining up if this bearish candle keeps continue to the way down. So a lot of green lights, guys, a lot of green lights. Now the plan is waiting for a confirmation on the lower time frame. If you see it right here, we also have a 4-hour left head and a potential right shoulder. So every time frame gives me a green light to sell this trade. So now I start at the 50-minute time frame to see opportunities over there because I'm a big head and shoulders trader. So we see that right here price is still bullish. So the higher low is here and the higher high is there. And we did not break that zone, so we're still bullish on the 50-minute. 30-minute time frame, we are still bullish as well. Same story over here. You have a higher low and a higher high. We did not break above, we did not break below. And if you go to the 1-hour time frame, there I see something interesting. So we have a left head and a potential right shoulder that has to be created to break the neckline, to retest and to sell down. So I am waiting just for the perfect confirmation, the perfect setup for a sell down. This is my favorite currency pair for this week. I think it will happen today or tomorrow. So next up is Euro USD. Let me put this away. Euro USD, we have on the weekly time frame a bullish momentum. So we have a higher high. We did not break above, we did not break below. On the daily time frame, we shifted bullish as well. So here we are in a bearish trend, and now we shifted bullish because we broke above the lower high. Now we make a retracement to this zone right there and to buy up. So if you see it, it is very easy, very clear. Let me put this to the side. So you had a resistance zone here, support, 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 ugly resistance, resistance, wick resistance, and now this is the resistance for price right now. So I am anticipating to sell down, such as you can see here, to this zone, to retest this support, 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 and I can go on resistance to that level, round psychological level 116,000. And the beautiful thing about this trade is this: we invert the scale, and now we see it the other way around. We have a left a head and a right shoulder. Retest of the neckline to sell down. The neckline is actually right here. Let's see, shoulder, head, shoulder. Actually, this is then the neckline of the head and shoulders. So you can just see what fits for you better. Round psychological level, the retest of the neckline, or a higher round psychological level with with the area of interest. You can just see what works for you. But we have a left head, right shoulder. We are now heading to the retest to sell down. So if we invert this again, we see that we are heading down, I think to this zone, retest this zone and buy up. If you see it right here, this will be a daily wick candle to buy up. All right, so that is Euro USD, a buy move. Euro GBP, I think the move maybe already happened, but we have a beautiful left head, right shoulder here as well. I was anticipating and waiting on the retest in this zone to go down, because if I grab the Fibonacci retracement, it has to go more up, so I'm just waiting on that. GBP USD, I took a loss last week, so I took 2 losses in the verification phase, and that is not what I like, because in the first phase of the 10K, I just did everything perfectly. I did it faster than the needed time, so I had to wait one more day because I was too fast making the first phase, and now I made 2 mistakes, so I'm very patient now for my next trade. So this was the trade that I took and it was wrong. So we're gonna delete that bullshit right here. Fuck the fuck off. All right. So now if we look at the weekly, let's put this over here. The weekly is very much bearish. Bullish, my bad. So low, high. All right. So the weekly is bullish. The daily is bearish. So you see on the daily that we have a lower high and a lower low. So between this zone, we are still bearish. Then we have a round psychological level, 133500, and that is our area of interest. So we have a resistance, ugly support, strong support, resistance, weak resistance, right? So we have multiple touches, more than 3 touches. So that makes it a valid area of interest. On the weekly, we have a little wick rejection. I don't count it, but you can say it is. On the daily, we have a beautiful bearish pin bar. Bearish pin bar right there. All right, so that gives me an indication, okay, we are rejecting this zone. After the pin bar, we got a doji candlestick right here. So that gives me green lights to sell. If you go to the 4-hour time frame, I'm just waiting on this. If it's gonna happen. So we have the higher high right there. That makes the 4-hour time frame still bullish. I'll be waiting on a break, shift, retest, sell. That is what I'll be waiting on. All right. Sooner than that, I won't be selling, because then we don't got 2 time frames in sync. So that is really important. All right, that's GBP USD. GBP Swiss. GBP Swiss, we go to the weekly. We have a support, and now I'll be waiting for a retest to buy. So we have a break and retest. As you can see here, in this candle, we don't have a wick that is retesting on the daily time frame to buy. So we still need one of those to buy this trade. And I will be buying it to this weekly zone of resistance, support, and wick support right there. So we go to the daily time frame and we see right here that we have a beautiful pattern. If you are a better seller than a buyer, just invert the scale right here and you see it clearly, a left head, right shoulder. We are taking the Fibonacci tool right here and put it right there. And you see the 50% is here. So we'll be waiting on a retest of the previous structure, 50 EMA, round psychological level, and area of interest. All right, to sell down. Invert back, and that is GBP Swiss. NZD Swiss is the exact same trade as GBP Swiss. Okay, guys, just check it out for yourself. And NZD USD it is pretty much the same as well. The right shoulder has not been made yet, so we have a inverted left head and the right shoulder needs to be made to buy up. So I will be waiting on that as well. So these are some other trades that I think it would take more time, but we can consider it. So we have GBP CAD, we shifted bearish over here. So we need a retest to sell down. Maybe we can say that, let's see if we have a, let's see. Maybe we can do this together. We will do this together, guys. I will remove everything. So on the weekly time frame, we are bearish. So we have high, 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 low, high, high, lower, low. All right, so we are bearish over here. Is this still bearish? Let me see. Did we make a lower low? Yes, we made a lower low, as you can see right there. All right, it counts. So this is the new lower high. New weekly lower high. All right. And this is the new weekly lower low. Very simple. Just zoom in your screen and you will be able to tell everything really precisely. All right. So on the weekly time frame, we will be trading between this zone. So let's see if it is on the daily same as well. Let's see, the weekly is there, daily is here, 4 hour is there. So I don't see this as structure, guys. I just don't see this as structure, but you can count it for yourself. Let's just trade on, let's see, daily and the weekly. I think that is the best option right now. All right. So we're gonna trade on the daily. So on the daily, we have a zone. So this is the lower high and this is the lower low. We put our box like that. All right. What is the first structure that it will run into? Let's see. The first structure is support of resistance. Let's see. And we can make it like this. So right here, you can see a couple of touches. So we have resistance, we have resistance, we have support, we have ugly resistance, resistance. All right. Does it have a round psychological level? Let's see. If we put it like this, let's see. Mm, no, I want to count it. All right. Is this the first zone? Yes or no? Yes. All right. This is the first zone. So we have multiple touches right there. So we're going to do it again. Lower high, lower low, pull it to the right, pull it to the left. All right. So let's see. The second is, so where is this? One, two, three. Three touches. Four touches. So now we have resistance 1, resistance 2, support 3, ugly resistance 4, ugly support 5, support 6, resistance 7. 7 touches. Does it has a round psychological level? Let's see. $1.86. Yes, it has a round psychological level. Perfect. All right. Now I want to do it one more time for something. No, this is perfect. Why? Because if I grab my Fibonacci retracement tool, sorry, and you do this, then the 50% is on this area of interest exactly, and this area of interest is close to the 100%. So if I take a trade, I want a minimum of 50% pullback of the 50 EMA. Okay, guys? So I'm giving you guys a little magic for free. So take notes, save it, do whatever the fuck you want, but it is for free. All right? So I'll be waiting on this trade or to pull back into this area right here to sell down, or pull back to this area to sell down as well. If you see the EMA coming right here, it is most logical that it will respect this area of interest with the 50 EMA, retesting previous structure right there with a wick. So that is what I'll be waiting for. Next one is Euro-CAD. Euro-CAD, we broke out of this very strong support with a massive bearish engulfing candlestick. Now I'm just waiting on a retest to sell down with a left head right shoulder, retest of the neckline, sell down. Euro AUD, same story. We have a left head right shoulder, retest of the neckline to sell down. And AUD CAD is a complicated trade because I am breaking the rules of the trend is your friend. I need two time frames in sync, as you guys know, or the weekly or the daily and the 4 hour. Right here, the weekly is bearish, and we have a bearish area of a weekly area of interest right here, such as the resistance right there, and 2 times resistance right here. Okay. Well, on the daily, we are bullish. So we have a higher high, a higher low right here, and a higher high right there. Okay. So that makes this time frame bullish, and the 4 hour time frame is bearish. Not bullish, my bad. So the daily and the 4 hour are bullish. So I have to buy this trade. But my feeling just is telling me, looking at this resistance right here, that we are going to sell this trade. All right. So I'm just looking for a shift of structure on the 4 hour, maybe a head and shoulders to sell down. I could be terribly wrong. I could just do this and follow the rules of the strategy, make a daily area of interest, such as this right here. This is the first. This is like this. This is resistance, resistance, resistance. And then we do another one. So if you guys don't really understand it right away, you can just click the arrow back to see it again. Then we have right here resistance as well. So we have resistance, 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 little support. And uh, I think this will be it if you do the Fibonacci retracement. Yeah, so we kinda had this pullback already with a wick. Let's just see how it looked like on the lower time frame. Right here. So we came into the area, touched the 50% with a left, if we invert it right here, with a left head right shoulder. We did, yeah, we retested it right here. It was in the middle of the night, so it was out of session. The trade was out of session, so we could not take this trade anyway. But maybe we will have another retest right there to buy up. Or we close above this area of interest right here, retest and buy. So if we go to the 4 hour, and this is happening right now, we are above this area, retesting it, and now I am looking for a entry signal. Let's see. So the 1 hour is perfect. We have a left head, right shoulder, retest of the neckline, retest of the 50 EMA, retest of previous structure. Let's put it the other way. So left head, right shoulder, retest of the neckline. We have the neckline right here. I will make it red for you. All right. Retest of the neckline, retest of the area of interest, retest of the 50 EMA. Does it have a ramp psychological level? Let's see right here, 800. I don't think so. Let's make it 92. Does it work? No, it does not work. All right, we don't have a ramp psychological level. So if you want to take this trade, uh, if you want to take this trade, this needs to be a bullish engulfing candlestick, and it needs to engulf this candlestick right here, right? Then you can take the fucking trade. Let's put it correctly. Yeah, like that. Boom. Gonna put my alarm right there. Alarm. Create. Okay. So we are getting a live trade right now. So let's see if there's something left over here. No, there's nothing left. There's nothing left anymore. Anyways, one thing I just want to see is the XRP euro. I think XRP is gonna go fucking up to the sky right now. Why I think that, gonna show you guys right here. On the weekly time frame, we have a very strong base, a very strong support with a ramp psychological level. We have support, wick support, wick support, 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 wick support, wick support, support. Very strong support, okay? So that's the weekly, and we are bullish on the weekly. On the daily time frame, we have multiple rejections of this zone. So right here, we have a beautiful morning star formation with a doji candlestick right there. Right here, we have a rejection. And right now, we have 1, 2 doji candlesticks, and price is looking to go up. We have a wick retest now to go up on the daily time frame, and on the weekly, what we can see on the weekly is a bullish pin bar that I entered on. So right here, if you don't know the candlesticks out of your head, no problem. This one right here, this is a bullish pin bar. So first of all, we had a bearish pin bar, then we had a bullish pin bar, and now we are heading up. So that is perfect. On the 1 hour time frame, I saw this. I gonna switch this up. All right. So right here, we had a left head and a right shoulder. So that makes the neckline right here. I will make it red for you guys so you can see it correctly. Boom. This is the neckline. This needs to be rejected and retested. That did not happen right over here. Right now, we came into the zone with a doji candlestick, evening star formation. Actually, there's a morning star formation because we're bullish. But a evening star formation right here. I entered on this candlestick and now it's going the fuck up. So let's shift it right now. Boom. It is going the fuck up. I have a feeling that right now XRP is going to fly to this level right there. And that is a daily level because on the weekly you only see this. Oh wait, let me mark this up right here because this is a support. This is the first zone that we're gonna reach. So let's make it over here. Such as this. This is a weekly zone. Boom. Mark it red because I marked my area of interest of the weekly with red color. Support, resistance, resistance. So that is a very valid area. So let's make it right here. We have a risk to reward 1 to 3, and that is on price. Almost €2, $2 of the XRP. So now go to the daily. What we see on the daily that it is a strong zone as well. So we have support, ugly support, weak resistance. On the left side we have resistance, ugly resistance. So it is a valid zone. So the first move is going to go to this zone right there. That's my opinion. After that, maybe we can get a breaking retest. So we break above, retest, and buy further to the sky. That is possible, but just let's just trade to this zone first and see what happens after that, okay? So for now, this was it. A longer video of the market breakdown. I was away for a little while, a little week, so now I am back in full effect. Make your notes, set on your notifications. I dropped some fire for you guys. If you have questions, leave it in the comments. If you want something else, just send me a DM on Instagram. I will put everything in the link below. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's see you back in the chart, guys. All right.